life hurts. Just like those jelly beans. Those jelly beans, those set up on purpose. That's life. Some of you may have had some alright tasting jelly beans. Life was good, nothing was bad. Some of you had every bite was horrible. Life sucks. But you chose to move forward. I was expecting one of you guys to drop out. That's my expectation. I was like, after 2, I'm not playing this game no more. That's life. Whose life is just good every day? And it's okay if your life is good. Pretty much for the most part, life is good. Anybody? Be honest. It's okay. Whose life is like it could be better? Whose life sucks right now? Keep it very real. Right now, my life sucks. Right now, just due to the situation I heard last night. We go through it, you guys. We go through it. But if we're not real about it, it's the worst place to be. Community is very important. And I had you raise your hands to see we're all in different stages, just like those couple jelly beans. Verses 8 through 13. I'm just going to read these straight through. Better is the end of a thing than its beginning. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the heart of fools. Say not, why were the former days better than these? For it is not from wisdom that you ask this. Wisdom is good with its inheritance, and advantage to those who see the sun. For the protection of wisdom is like the protection of money. And the advantage of knowledge is the wisdom preserves the life of him who has it. Consider the work of God, who can make straight what he has made crooked. Let that sit for a little bit. Solomon acknowledged we all go through it. Don't look back, what he's saying is don't look back in life like, man, I miss the good old days. Because we can do that all the time. But how about having an idea? What if we're present in the moment we're in now? When you're depressed, you say, I'm depressed. And it's not weird that you're depressed. It's not weird that you're anxious. It's not weird that you're going through it. It's not weird that you're happy. It's not weird that you're sad. It's not weird that you're mad. It's not weird. It's normal. It's normal if we realize that the things that we go through, everyone goes through, but we need a savior to come in and touch it. You don't need any other vice, is really what he's getting at. I think Solomon realized that as he went through life, none of these things worked, is what he's getting at. None of these things worked. He references the comfort of money. When you have a lot of money, I don't know whoever works in here, but I'm telling you guys gonna go, when you got a lot of money, you feel good. Like life at that point is like, I run the world. Because you wanna know something, I can do what I want right now. Well, for a little bit, I don't got money like that, but I can do things within my own reach. I can go get something to eat if I want to. You get what I'm saying? That level of comfort changes everything. It changes everything, that level of comfort. I think that's what he's talking about. If we look at our circumstances as a way of comfort, we can treat anxiety and the things that we do after the fact of being anxious, or after the fact of being mad, or after the fact, whatever you're stuck in, we can normalize those things and it can comfort you like money does. So when you're all these things with all these different titles, you can go to that area of happiness and be present in that and be good. But literally your soul might be dying instead of being uplifted. It's community, you guys. Skipping forward, we're short on time, I think. So I'm going over the rant. Let me drink some water first, I'm sorry. I thought it was getting off. Something that is like very, why this topic to me is a godsend. It's definitely the Lord. It's definitely the Lord. When us leaders get to come in here and walk through life with you guys, it's a beautiful thing. There's nothing more amazing than to see you guys come in here and just come with smiles. Happy to see your friends, hugs, handshakes, sit down, talk, eat food. That's amazing. Because life out Monday through Saturday may suck. Like some of you raise your hands. Maybe like that nasty cup of jelly beans. But this is the one opportunity for you to remove yourself from that. And thank God it's in a place where we get to worship the Lord. And thank God it's a place that you'll be covered in prayer. Thank God that the community here, if you're a gossip, at least you're silenced at the moment. That's why I call it out, because we don't need poison being spread in a moment that's supposed to be uplifting. It's supposed to be edifying. You're supposed to experience the Lord. You can experience the Lord everywhere else in the world, but here our specific purpose is to come together as a family. There's nothing more important to me than focusing on that. We hear in Scripture that we love because He first loved us. We know how to love because God showed us love first. Some of you don't know what that means. Some of you know what that means because you come to church your whole life but have no idea what it really means because you don't walk with the Lord, you just show up. That's the reality of it. It's okay. Some of us want to experience the Lord in His fullness but don't know how to. That's a reality. Some of us are like, nah, God, I don't want to deal with you because my life sucks. Maybe your parents passed away. Maybe your brother or sister passed away. Maybe someone close to you passed away. Maybe somebody is sick. Maybe life is just horrible. So right now, God is not what you're trying to hear. Because to you, God doesn't work. And I think that's why Solomon said, you guys, all these vices, it's all vanity. It doesn't work. God does work. The thing that was more ever present in the book of Ecclesiastes is God was present the whole time. Remember in Noah, when we were talking about the boat, who closed the door, if you remember? Who? I can't hear you. Thank you. He was present in the worst of times. If you weren't here when we went through the book of Noah, they were going through it, you guys. The wives of the husbands who said they wanted to be on that boat and watch their family die. In the worst, in the mess, God closed the door and He was present with them in that moment. I have a special prayer for you guys, but I want to point something out. I was talking to my dad, and I'll close with this. My dad, I don't know if what's his relationship with the Lord. I truly don't. He says he believes in the Lord, but it's so weird because he won't even say like Jesus. He's like, I want the man upstairs. That's what he says. My mom, it's not there. And a couple weeks ago, I came from a training that killed my heart because it was talking about these different forms of abuse. And it's crazy because when I look at you guys, I want the best. I want the best for you. If you don't hear it enough, I'm going to tell you right now, from the leaders' hearts, from Austin's heart, we love you guys, for real. And you may not hear it. You may not hear it. You may not even believe me. You may not believe. There's no incentive here for me to come up and talk to you. I'm getting paid to do this. I'm being obedient to what the Lord has called. But there's a love that's casted out over you guys, not only from us, but from the Lord our Savior. And I'm struggling. I'm like, Lord, I'm talking to my dad, how can people be so evil in this world? Abuse, children, I want to throw up. I can't stomach that stuff. It makes me angry. It hurts. And to hear that some of you guys, even after this, or even currently, will walk into certain lifestyles. Don't judge me, is what you'll hear. But the comforting thing is the craziest thing that had to be from the Lord, because my dad tells me, he says, Chris, you know what? Don't worry. One thing I've realized about life is that God loves you no matter what, and He's always waiting for you to come back. This is a man who won't even say God's name. He said Jesus has him. A man that won't even say, I've never heard my dad say Jesus' name except 2 weeks ago. That was encouraging for me because I was struggling. So I'm like, Lord, I can imagine what God wants for you guys. I'm struggling like, Lord, I want them at the best. And I'm nothing. I'm a failure. I'm a fallen sinner. The chief of sinners, Paul called himself. I'm there. If the chief of sinner in this room, I believe I'm the worst sinner of all of you, loves you this much, imagine the Father who created you to be perfect and be loved. Imagine that. Let it sink in. So I'm going to ask, because I think we're going to close soon, and then if you guys can stand up really quick, please. So I want to pray over you guys specifically. I don't care if you don't believe in God. Either way, you're going to be prayed over. I don't care if you're struggling with the Lord. Either way, you're going to be prayed over. Close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Do not look at me. We're going to be praying. But I want you guys to do something. Some of us struggle with the idea of community, but some of us are like lost in the mess, whatever that mess looks like. I keep saying anxiety and depression because those are just prevalent at the moment, but you all have it. My prayer is that some of you will choose to be vulnerable with someone, with a leader, with your small group. I'm asking you, if you want it, if you want to be covered in prayer, if you want someone to walk through life with you, if you want a change and you don't like what's going on, you'll stay standing. If you do not want it, you'll sit down. And that's up to you. I'm not forcing you to do anything. If you want to sit down, you don't want to sit down. But I want you, if you're standing, it's standing because you want something to happen in your life. You want the Lord to be present. If you don't think He's present, here's the opportunity for Him to be present. If you don't know the Lord, I'm going to pray, and you can pray with me, that the Lord comes into your heart and washes you of your sins. So I'm going to pray. And please, if you don't want to sit down, no judgment, eyes should be closed. It's all you. It's between you and the Lord. Lord, thank you so much that you've given us this room. That you've given us amazing youth who come here, whether they're brought here by their parents or they come here freely, whether they believe they're forced. I believe that they're here for a particular reason, Lord, and that's for you. I'm grateful for our leaders here, Lord, that love these students so much, Lord. I'm grateful for Austin and Maria, Lord, for their leadership. I'm grateful for what you're doing in Calvary Plantation, especially us as HSM. Lord, I pray for the brokenness that some of us have to live in every single day. I pray, Lord, that you become ever present to those who don't know who you are and want to experience. I pray that their hearts are humbled, Lord. I pray that spirit of fear, that spirit of whatever it is, Lord, that's against you may fall today. If there's chains that want to be broken, Lord, I pray that they receive it. I pray that they receive you today, Lord. And if you don't know the Lord, then you can just say this. Lord, please forgive whoever's in here of the sins, all of us of our sins, Lord, but those who don't know you, forgive them of their sins, Lord. We believe and trust that you died on the cross, that the Father sent you, Lord, you died and you rose again for us. We believe that, Lord. I pray, Lord, over these kids when they go to school tomorrow, that if there's bullying, that there's anger, that there's depression, Lord, that you give them a day of breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. I pray, Lord, for miraculous revival, Lord, in Calvary Chapel Plantation and our HSM. I pray for revival. I pray for trust, Lord. I pray for these chains to be broken. I pray for vulnerability. But I also pray for trust, Lord. And we trust that you're good, and we know that you're good, and we love you, Lord. And those who are struggling, Lord, I pray that you grab their heart today, right now, that they don't leave this building here, Lord, without experiencing you some way, some form. Love you in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. The service over? The service over? Do you guys know? Service is over, you guys. See you next week.